you can read it using source code. I did not know you can do that. I need. See, this is why I need you around, Howard. This is why I need you around, because you do the research that I don't. And you help me out. This is why you and Vinwon asks the deep questions, and Howard does the deep research. And this is why you guys are fellow researchers in my Discord. Shocked at how low rated this one is. Yeah. Wait, does this mean you never read the 231 poem? Thanks. I don't. Yeah, if that's the case, I didn't have. No. I'm just checking something. Okay, we're good. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, same. We had the last one, but before we go to the last one, I just want to tell you guys about the power scaler thing. One thing at I'm getting annoyed with like new anime fans, and again, it's not a big deal because you can just ignore it. Is how adamant anime fans now are on pushing one specific anime as the best. I'm over here watching every single thing, but then just watching on Twitter, like being like, "Oh, Naruto is better than One Piece, Bleach is better than Naruto, One Piece is better than Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z beats all of them, blah 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 blah." Seeing that all the time it's really just discerning how adamant people are on like just liking one thing, and then even if you like that one thing, that's fine, right? But then moment somebody else talks about their thing they like, they immediately go in like, "Nah, but it's not as good as the thing I like." Which I'm like, why do you have to be so aggressive? Why do you have to be like this? Like, each show has something great about them and also has flaws. So I'm over here like, and then I see like on YouTube as well, you know, like the whole like One Piece hater watches One Piece, or Attack on Titan lover watches Naruto. It's such a weird, like, let's just say meta of anime community right now, where they have to be so adamant on the personal favorites that's the only thing that they have as a personality. It's really weird. And again, I watched Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. I watched like the big three. I watched Black Mirror as a child. I watched entirety of Gundam, like 2 years ago, from like the 70s till the modern time. Which that was like that was 50 years of Gundam to watch. And at the end, I'm just saying like there is great things about each and every one of the shows, but there's also like stuff that you can immediately be like, oh hey, like if, for example, if like as an example, if a friend of mine would like to tell me like, oh, I really like a show that's like, you know, shocking and brutal, but it has a story still to it. I'm like, yeah, that's Attack on Titan. You would like that. Or like that's pretty good stuff. So I would not recommend them, you know. Or Fullmetal Alchemist. That has brutal moments, but then I wouldn't go to them and recommend them something simple, you know, like something more heartfelt. But sometimes people are like, oh, I need something that's like emotional, that connects me to the characters, that makes me care for the characters. I'd be like, a Fruits Basket, My Hero Academia, stuff like that. But yeah, it's really weird that like how they are just so headstrong about it, and they cannot understand that like, hey, how about you just try like just giving every show a shot, and then just be fair about your critique instead of jumping people whenever they say they like something more. It's weird. It might be low rate because people literally thought the article wasn't a thing. Also, apparently the recent file is titled Access Denies because the entity can edit its own shit and was meant to troll people reading the main list. Yeah, gotcha. Wide accepting fan bases clearly divided judgmental fan bases. Power scales are actually a huge problem in the SCP community too. One guy I know wrote a really influential work on a villain in the SCP universe. The villain was a metaphor for his parents' cancer, and he wrote it to cope. 10 years on people keeping bugging him about it because the article is now repeatedly used by power scales for that villain. Yeah. It's just so... The moment SCP and anime became like more known and mainstream is when suddenly like... SCP I would not consider mainstream because like that's like something that a lot of people still don't know about. But anime has become mainstream, and ever since then they just jumped on just doing all this shit. I'm just like, just enjoy anime for what it is. Don't attack your fellow anime lover with with your tastes. It's really weird. Telepathic Parrot. Thank you, Telepathic Parrot, for keeping it very short. Safe. SB-18489 is to be contained in a standard medium-sized animal enclosure with security cameras placed in the 4 corners of the ceiling. Enclosure should be supplied with an assortment of sticks and branches every 3 days. All waste material is to be incinerated. SB-1849 should be given distilled water and fed a wide range of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and unshelled nuts. Any leftover fruit or vegetables must be removed from the enclosure after no more than 3 days. Personnel are not to bring food into SB-1849's enclosure that they do not intend to give it to it. Personnel are to be rotated out frequently to ensure a lack of bonding. Any personnel sympathizing with SB-1849 circumstances or forming an emotional bond are to be reassigned. Personnel with visible tattoos are not to be assigned to SB-1849, as it bonds more readily to such personnel. Even enrichment toys are to be provided on a daily basis. Description: SCP-1849 is a large bird of unknown species, similar in morphology to both a parrot and moa, standing approximately 1.5 meters tall, and weighing 55 kilograms. Subject appears to be female. SCP-1849 has 3 toes on each foot and uncharacteristically large wings that are unsuitable for flight, but which can be used to gesticulate. Subject's feathers are a shade of green mixed with roan gray and cover its entire body, save for its neck and lower legs. These feathers form a ruff around SCP-1849's neck and waist. Subject's neck, body, and upper legs are elongated and more reminiscent of a human's features than a bird's. Similarly, the bone structure of its wings has been determined by radiography to be more humanid than avian. However, its head and face are completely avian, possessing a long, curving beak with a smaller lower jaw, wide set avian eyes, and a sparse crest upon the top of its head. Subject stands bipedally with proper avian knees. I mean, what you guys have said. Can I ask what the work was? Dust and Blood. Villain was the Scarlet. Yeah, the Scarlet King. Yeah. Figured. Actually, no, the Dust and Blood wasn't the work. It was actually when we came home. The sequel, which we verified where the Scarlet King was defeated by a group of characters. We'll read after the stream. Sounds interesting. Man, the Scarlet King. That's been a while. Due to it being one of the few times it featured the king being in a fight, it's cited in like 3 or 4 power scaling wikis. Yeah, power scaling. SCP-1849. I mean, like, you can have fun with it with like friends. You can be like, oh, I think this is how it works. This is how it's done. But like, bothering like strangers about it and or the creator with it 1,000 times, yeah, that's not how I want to do it. SCP-1849 possesses speech, mimicry, and mild telepathic abilities. These manifest as a constant, incessant parroting of the thoughts of any human within approximately 15 meters. SCP-1849 will parrot thoughts for as long as it is awake, except while eating, as is typical with birds. SCP-1849 can be induced to go to sleep by darkening the lights in its enclosure. When supplied with enough sticks and branches, SCP-1849 will build a nest approximately 2 meters in diameter and 0.5 meters in height. This will function as its bed. SCP-1849 is mildly sapient with an intelligence similar to a cockapoo parrot and is clearly aware of its surroundings. Subject has been observed making scratches on the walls of its enclosure, evidently a primitive method of keeping track of time. When not pacing back or forth, sitting in its nest, eating, or sleeping, SCP-1849 appears to count these marks out loud again and again, using spoken Maori numerals. However, it cannot count past 12. The Skull King was first mentioned and fleshed out in any capacity in the poem in one you apparently missed. Well, but no, it can't be that I apparently missed it because I do remember reading about the Skull King. Because that's what's like weird to me. Like how can I like unless he just got mentioned somewhere else. Because I do remember like reading about him. Again, maybe it was just mentioned somewhere else, and that's why the name pops out. It's become a very major figure in SCP somewhat recently. Weird. There's a 01 proposal entirely about that. Okay, that's where I read him then. That's where I read him from. So that's where. Okay, so it is from the 01 entries that I read him. Okay. But fleshed out in the capacity in the poem. Gotcha. Gotcha. SCP-1849 is mildly sapient with an intelligence similar to a Kakapo Parrot and is clearly aware of its surroundings. Oh yeah, we did that. So SCP-1849 appears to have sexually imprinted on humans. What? Again? And why? We had a fox that wanted to fuck a human. We had Johnny Bravo, and now we have a fucking parrot. And will regularly attempt to sexually present itself for humans regardless of their gender. Subject sees any response to its flirting as reciprocate. I cannot say that word anymore. Reciprocation. What is happening? In kind. Subject does not fully comprehend. Yeah, that's what I meant. Subject does not fully comprehend its situation or identity and often tries to lure prospective mates into its nest by speaking their thoughts out loud. At this time, no tests of SCP-1849's reproductive capability are authorized. SCP-1849 will eat nearly anything, but prefers fresh fruits and vegetables as well as dried meat. Subject also likes alcohol and will attempt to stockpile food for fermentation. All such stockpiles are to be confiscated upon discovery. Reciprocated. There we go, now I can say it. Reciprocation. There we go. Finally, I can say the word again. This is someone's yeah. SCP-1849 will alcohol, yeah. On average, once a month, SCP-1849 will lay an unfertilized egg approximately 35 centimeters in length and 20 centimeters in mean diameter. These eggs are to be confiscated for research purposes. Eggs must be confiscated while subject is asleep. Acquisition log. SCP-1849 was secured by the Foundation as a result of a series of noise complaints in the outskirts of W. Blank, New Zealand. When taken into custody, SCP-1849 had document -CU11 written in the Foundation. Linguists have identified as heavily ungrammatical Cook Island Maori wrapped around its left ankle. Document C11. Literal translation from Cook Island Maori: regret, repent, apology, responsibility, obligation, mistake, error, accident, fault, guilt, sin, blame, help. Fairy, magical being, fault, guilt, sin, blame. Fairy, magical being, childish, mistake, error, accident. So probably I was something like trying to apologize for something, and they made a mistake. They made a mistake and they were responsible for something, made a mistake that they feel bad for, or they were responsible then made a mistake, and the guilt is too big and now they need help. Something about a magical being. Maybe the magical being was at fault. He's trying to shift the blame now. The magical being was being childish. They did something stupid. Mistake, error, accident, forbidden, taboo, help. Okay, so it looks like because of the magical being, either the magical being did something taboo, or because of the magical being, they did something taboo and now need help. Disappointment, regret, repent, apology. Okay. Whew. All right. That's damn. The fact that we had Then we had 3 SCPs that were just, you know, just want to get laid. And then multiple SCPs that, like, you know, just, as Vin once said, gaslight you. That's crazy. That's crazy that we had that.